Trouble seeing out of the back of your used car, old technology, tiny back window. I'm installing a backup camera. Hola, I'm Mike, the Backyard Mechanic, and this is Betty Beatty. Backing up in the Lexus is downright hazardous. It's like looking behind you through a toilet paper tube. The Lexus is as old as Honey Boo Boo and was built long before they had backup cameras, which is absolutely true, with the one minor caveat that it's absolutely untrue. In 1956, at the General Motors Motorama, the Buick Centuron concept car demonstrated the first backup camera. Or at least the idea. It didn't really work. The first backup camera in production was a 1991 Toyota Soarer, which wasn't sold in the US. The first backup camera in production in the US using an LCD screen was a 2002 Nissan Primera. It was the height of luxury. The 2007 Lexus IS250 had a backup camera available with the navigation package. I spent a lot of money to buy a cheap Lexus. That was stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Oh, my therapist told me to stop beating myself up. Stupid. Oh. Hey, little kitty. What are you trying to tell me? I decided it was time to fix the lack of technology in the Lexus. My last video, I bought the Carpuride W903, which was on sale and had a coupon, bringing the price down to around $100. When adjusted for inflation, the cost today is $870. Holy Argentina, Batman! Just kidding. For only $100, I got CarPlay, a dash cam, and a backup camera. Edmonds estimates that on the low end, adding a backup camera to your car will be $800 with installation. We could DIY a solution that only takes a few hours and saves $700. Installation would be different for almost every car, but watching me do it will give you tips when you run into different situations. The plan is to run the cable from the monitor behind the footwell carpet under the door moldings, tuck it into the back seat and run it out the access door, along the top of the trunk to the hinge, then across the hood to the license plate. The first thing to do is to disconnect the camera from the cable. The high-resolution monitor is already placed on the dashboard. The cable gets plugged into it. I pulled the carpet out from the passenger footwell and tucked the cable behind it. Next, the lower door moldings are popped loose with a plastic pry tool, but left in place. The cable is run along underneath the molding, under the B-pillar molding, then under the back door molding. That was how not to do it. I got to this point and found I was going to be about 6 feet short of my destination behind the license plate. Measure twice, rip the moldings out of your car once. This problem could be solved by buying an AV extension cable, but I didn't want to wait a day, so I opted for a more direct route. The new plan is to go under the console, straight back, under the back seat, through the access door, across the trunk to the hinge, etc. I started by tucking it under the lip of the console. Getting to the back seat is a challenge. I don't want to run it on top of the carpet where something could get hooked on it and pull it out. The back seat needs to come out anyway. It has 3 clips that come out with a good yank. Now I have access to the edge of the carpet, but car floor carpeting is not like a throw rug. This stuff is very thick and molded to the shape of the floorboard. It doesn't move. There are options here. I could probably get it under the carpet if I remove the console, but in the Lexus, you first have to... Well, joking about that, of course. I just don't want to spend the time. My option is to cut a rug. No, not that kind of cutting a rug. That video has 17,000 views. What in the hell am I doing wrong? I cut a slot in the carpet big enough that I can push my pickup tool through it. I then tape the cable to the end of the pickup tool and pull it through. It's not super clean, but it's secure. The cable runs under the back seat, armrest, then through the access door. Insert a mic into the trunk. I popped off some of the clips to the top of the trunk so I could reach over and pull the cable across. Next, the trunk lining is removed by popping off about a dozen clips. The camera has a black AV wire that runs to the monitor, but it also has a red wire. When this wire gets power, it turns on the camera. Since we only want the camera on when backing up, the red wire needs to be connected to one of the reverse lights. Now I'm going to show you how to not hook up that red wire. take the tail lens assembly out. Examine the two connectors. This one looks like it's in line with the white lens. The black wire is common, so the green wire must be the hot one, so that must be correct. The red wire is spliced in. Start the car, throw it in reverse, and taco no bueno. Electricity is fun. You just randomly splice some wires and hope not to start a fire. I'm a regular Eisenstein. Thanks, kitty. Now I'll show you the right way to connect that red wire. Put the parking brake on. Turn the key on, but don't start the car. Put it in reverse. The reverse light should now be on. Now to determine which wire is the power. With a voltmeter, touch the black lead to ground. I scrape some paint off of the hinge bolt. With the red lead, start touching wires. I'm touching the clips inside of the connector. Turns out it's the blue one, which is getting 10.73 volts. It's a little low because the engine's not running. Because I want to be sure this time, I put an alligator clip on the blue clip and the other one on the red camera wire. Now to test it, put it in reverse. Taco bueno. No affiliation. Now that we are sure we are not guessing, clip the blue wire, strip it, and splice in the red wire with a crimp tool. Now it's time to mount the camera. Most of the time, a backup camera will be mounted over the license plate. After eyeballing where the camera will go and determining where the wire will go, drill a hole large enough for the wire connector. I marked where the mounting holes will be with a scratchy tool. I used a 1/8 drill bit for the tiny screws. Screw the screws. Using electrical tape, the cable is secured to the hinge. Clean up the excess wire and cable with wire ties. Use a large wire tie to secure the bundle to the hood. I put all the clips back into the trunk lid lining. Insert your mic back into the trunk. The trunk top hooks back in. It's kind of hard to do because you're working blind. Trunk is done. Put the back seat into place. Pop the clips on. Before I continue, the algorithm continues to confound my channel, as you can plainly see here by this chart. I don't mean to insult your intelligence by telling you what this chart says, but it should be quite clear that the solution is, I need more likes. The camera view has sight lines that you can adjust in the settings. I line them up to the driveway, which seems to work pretty well. The one complaint I have about this camera is that it does not have a lower focal length. Wide angles are better at picking up cross traffic behind you. The Mustang has a wide angle lens, and I can better see if someone is coming. As pointed out in the last video, the rear camera is always recording. I like to know where I've been. I usually watch this instead of the road. Installing a backup camera yourself can save you hundreds of dollars. It doesn't require any technical knowledge beyond what I showed you here. If you're taking interior parts off, for God's sakes, don't use a screwdriver. Invest a whole $9 into a set of Pry Tools. This is what I use to pull the clips off of the trunk lid lining. It can also be used to pull off tree clips that are used in the engine compartment or holding on body panels. There are assorted tools for prying various parts. Here's one on Amazon. The links to the Pry Tool kit, along with the Carpuride console that included the backup camera, are where did I put those links? The description. That's usually where they are. It's probably where they are now. If you're wondering how I had time to do this, well, I lost my job at Uber Organs. I think they were jealous of me because I was doing too good of a job. Oh, I have a fan online. Hey, fan, did you like the video?
Well, I guess this makes you Mike the backup mechanic.
Thanks, fan. If you missed it, this video shows how to install the Carpuride console. I usually close my videos with a little joke. Remember to like and subscribe. Don't try to be cute with me. Don't try to be cute with me. You're not supposed to knock things down.